Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and lovers. Our first English stream from the cafe Black Cat here in Zagreb, Croatia. We have started the tournament. About 5 minutes ago. We are doing Silph Arena tournaments every weekend since basically the whole thing began. And we are attempting to stream them for the past. We have a collection of regular and some new players in our local community, and we will see how that will reflect on tonight's matches. The first pair of the first round tonight is ready here next to me, or getting ready. We are trying to solve all the technical difficulties. We are of course training for the Tempest Cup, which will be held next Sunday, and of course also. So the limitations are just as they would be at the Tempest Cup. Only we are just playing a regular ranked competitive tournament. Here next to me is a great player in our local PvP community. Player Alta OP. Maybe you can say something about the Tempest Cup. We have been playing quite a lot of rounds of training. Some Pokemon came out as maybe even disappointing, I would say. Maybe from what I witnessed, Tropius maybe didn't come out as strong as people thought it would be. I don't know.
Tropius is kind of strong, but people generally don't know how to use it.
Yeah, that's maybe why I got this impression, because I didn't actually see him that much, and the second Tempest Cup was announced, everybody was talking about Tropius, and then in the end you don't really get to see so much of it.
Yes, many people here don't have Tropius in the first place, so maybe that's why you don't have to see them. Yeah.
The other opponent in the first round is our Miroslav Vranka, also the host that enables us to conduct these tournaments with this wonderful space that is called Black Cat, also a part of a company dedicated to all things gaming called Terrible Creations. Can you tell us something about life or anything for that matter?
42.
Of course, 42 players once regularly at our tournaments, I hope. Tonight, how many players?
I believe there are 11 of us here at the Black Cat, and let's hope we'll break the record next time.
Okay, our biggest record so far is I think 25, 26 players. 27. And who was victorious at that tournament?
No idea.
Was it Twilight?
It was Cigla.
Was it Twilight? Who won the Twilight Cup? Was it? I think it was Dorian. No?
No. We should start making records, you know.
Okay, we should make some kind of an archive. Okay, guys, I'll move out of your way and we'll give you the green light to start playing in just a second. Thank you very much. Stick around. We of course always have some small time in between fights, but we try to keep it snappy and going on. So don't go anywhere. Thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, we have begun with our first fight tonight. It's as we already said, Vranka versus Alta OP. Coming out strong from both sides with Glail. Shadow Ball is coming and it's of course damaging Glail itself quite a lot. Very powerful move. Avalanche will be blocked. Honestly, I don't really know which player is on which side right now. I apologize. Okay, so that would be Vranka on the left side. Coming out with the last Avalanche with just 5% of health and quite a lot of damage. And actually it came... No, it was Alta OP who came out. Coming out strong with Jinx. Coming out strong with Jinx versus Obama Snow. Obama Snow, this incredible beast of a Pokemon from the 4th generation, just swiped that Jinx like it wasn't really there. And Outrage is getting filled. Dugong will try to save some face for Vranka, but I don't think it's going to happen. This will be blocked, but it won't help Vranka because very quickly Dugong will probably go away. If nothing with the fast move of Skarmory, of course, our flying champion of PvP. Almost any tournament, any cup that you can imagine, it comes up. It will even block this Water Pulse, not really for a good reason, just to make the fight longer, I guess. And Sky Attack, he's not gonna take Sky Attack, he's just gonna do it with the quick move. And yes, Alta OP 1 against Vranka, 1-0. First match of the day for the two players. I always get surprised getting bonuses or free items so late in the day. It's 6 p.m. here in Zagreb, Croatia. Very warm weather. We're having like spring-like time for weeks already. Very mild winter. I just hope it doesn't really, it doesn't end by showing its teeth one more time. Not really up for that. We have the Equinox coming in a few days. Lunatone and Solrock switching places. It's actually time to save up on those Solrocks if you live in Europe, or Lunatones if you live in Africa or United States and so forth. Because as we know, Pokemon Go players are very lazy, and they will not have and will want the things they can't get very soon. Okay, so the teams were chosen. We didn't really follow up which teams they were. We didn't put headphones into the ears of Vranka, so we are here a bit limited now with commenting on the teams and moves, so as not to give unfair advantage. For those of you new to the stream, which is basically everyone, okay, we have a difficulty with the player fight. Anybody who plays Pokemon Go knows this very well. Clearing out some Instagram notifications, and the invitation was sent from Alta to Vranka. Vranka is waiting. Vranka is waiting for that invitation to come. There's a Rayquaza raid probably starting in 6 minutes. A lot of players will be sorry to miss that. There was a discussion here today among the players. We were talking if Rayquaza was a way for Niantic to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, which is today, if I'm not mistaken. Which honestly, if nothing else, would be such a fantastic explanation into why it was re-released, returned to raids, but with no shiny, with no black Rayquaza, such a desired item among all players. We started a new fight. Our Wish Cash is literally melting on the side of Vranka. He's gonna run away, kept that health, kept it just a little bit. just in case. Outrage will come and smash that Glail. Avalanche first from Glail. This will be a block on Alta OP side. Block, why not? Let's have that Outrage. No, not yet. He's gonna first take Glail out with the first Whiscash remaining at 5%. That's basically just one more Pokemon, and it was Whiscash. Whiscash just came to die gracefully. And now Outrage, which will be blocked. A very similar fight that we saw in the as to the first fight between Vranka and Alta. Okay, so Dugong is doing some really interesting damage against Grass, Ice, Obama Snow, but that definitely won't be enough because Glail is now here and it will clean up this Dugong. Again, in a very cocky manner, saying, I don't need charge moves, I don't need to watch your shields. I'll just finish you off with my quick moves. I have enough shields, so you know I'm not really bothered by whatever you have to throw at me. So I'll just finish it very quickly, or maybe now I'm kind of tired already. So let's see that Shadow Ball, because it's a nice animation and it's always nice to see Shadow Ball. Let's finish. Yes, that's a 2-0 win for Alta OP. Honestly, no big surprises there, and that's it. 2-0. We will be back very quickly with the second fight. Please don't go anywhere, or if you do go, come back to the stream. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. The break wasn't that long at all, and just to show you the kind of respect the community has for Alta OP, which I mentioned frequently, as many times before, he will be the participant in our second streamed fight tonight in round 2. It will be Alta OP and Freak 1082. Freak 1082, not a new player, definitely not a new player, known in the circles in Zagreb Pokemon GO community, but his debut at our PvP tournament here at Black Cat. So let's check out those teams a little bit. Let's see. We already saw Alta OP in action. You can see in our stream archive his moves and how he handles himself. Here you can see his lineup for today. The lineup that Freak 1082 is obviously probably watching and contemplating right now. Very strong list, many PvP champs here, many if not all are actually PvP champs, starting with Skarmory, of course, Altaria, Whiscash, Free, practically unbeatable Pokemon, but of course always someone has to win. Then Obama Snow, the beast that shreds out this outrage, this combination of ice typing and the dragon charge move, even one of the most strongest, if not the strongest charge move in the dragon pool. Lantern, okay, maybe not in the category of beasts like Altaria or Skarmory, but very popular, very good with its water electric typing. And Glail, which we just saw in 2 fights on 2 different sides, that really has something to show and doesn't really need to prove a lot, let's say it so. Okay, and on the other side, let's find our opponent to yes, he is right here. Freak 1082. So we got Alolan Ninetales, a very interesting ice fairy type, similar to Obama Snow, which is also in the team. Similar, I say when I say what I mean is a combination of very opposite moves and typings. A Lantern again, Skarmory again. So far absolutely the same, but then we have Charizard, the flying fire type. Could be a very good choice and a very good counter to certain things, especially to Steel Flying Skarmory, which could get hurt by it, but who knows, maybe it's just a bluff, maybe it's just here to take out Lantern or Wishcash for a big party, for a dance with Freak and Togekiss. Very interesting choice. First of all, it's a Pokemon with relatively high CP, meaning it doesn't really show up very frequently for its very low level, similar to most legendaries in the small league, and we didn't really get a lot of chance to see Togekiss in our tournaments here on the road. Okay, so now we are just handling some technical difficulties, so if you give us just 60 seconds, wait by our stream, and we'll be right back and start the battle. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I apologize for the delay between the fights, but we handled all the technical difficulties until now, so we will be ready to commence our next fight very, very soon. The challenge is being issued and the challenge will soon be accepted. Alta OP is looking ready, always looking ready on Alta OP side. We can see the team changed a little bit. What will come out to counter these? Okay, Lanterns, Crni, and the Bamas. This is going to be a very interesting fight. Fights with similar teams are always interesting. They show off skill, they show off tactic, they show off different kinds of thinking. And as I said, very, very similar Pokemon, one water ground, the other water electric, both having contradictory typings in their blood with a very good move pool. Mud Bomb was very, very cleverly blocked. It would probably shatter our poor electric, and Obama Snow came out to just wipe out Vishkash, just deleted from existence, and now Altaria will try to handle this. She's almost equally well melting down the Obama Snow on the other side. Outrage is coming, but it's not going to help a lot against the dragon because it was blocked. And yes, Alta OP is melting down and has gotten rid of Obama Snow on Freak side. Sky attack is coming against Skarmory. This will not be blocked. Not very effective, but still always surprisingly strong, coming as a flying attack against a flying Pokemon, that doing such incredible damage from the Altaria side. It's just it's the dragon in its blood that doesn't allow it to do less damage. The final shield was used, and now Altaria will try to finish off. Will Freak win in shields? No, he will not. Both shields are wasted on both sides. Not really wasted, but let's say cleverly used. Will it be enough for Skarmory to fire up one more? Yes. One more final sky attack coming from Skarmory, and it actually finished off. It finished off our Altaria. Incredible on both sides. A really honest fight coming from the heart. Glail versus Lantern. How will this end? Let's see what the Thunderbolt can do. Is Glail also flying? I think it is, and it's not flying, but it got a lot of damage. And now Shadow Ball will try to dispose. It will not dispose of Lantern, but it certainly gave a lot of damage. And that's the final Pokemon on the side of Alta OP. It's Vishkash with its Mud Bomb. Will it be enough? It probably will be enough. And yes. Alta OP got it. Alta OP got it with the last 5% of health. Amazing. Really amazing. I already saw Alta being done. It was, like Freak should clear out his bag, or maybe just purchase some more storage, depending on what's the actual issue. Players are shaken. There's not a lot of emotion coming from either one. Just plain old coolness, bluffing on one side, tacticizing on the other. We'll see how it ends. Okay, so Lantern will not be overlooked this time on Alta OP side, and we will try to experiment. Or maybe is it an ace in the sleeve? We already talked about Togekiss in preparation for this fight. As I said, we don't really see it that often. Is it really an ace in the sleeve? Is it a bluff? Is it a secret weapon? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and find out. After all, a very, very tiny little change. I guess he didn't appreciate that Vishkash that much. That helped him get rid of the same Lantern that he chose now. And now we'll see how this will go. Actually, very, very well read from Alta OP side. kicking the flying Togekiss very, very well. And now, yeah, we know each other well. So first Obama was melting Lantern, but now Alta will just dispose of that Obama Snow very, very easily and quickly, as he learned that he can with Altaria. And what will he do now? Okay, now we have the opposite situation. No, we do not! No, we do not, ladies and gentlemen! No, we do not. Now we have Togekiss against Altaria. A very good matchup, considering the fact that Altaria is very, very weak to fairy type moves. Sky attack was blocked. This, secret weapon. Oh, but there is no fairy coming from. It's just ancient power. Will the bonus be unlocked? And no, there is no bonus. It would probably make Freak win this one, but the bonus didn't happen. Let's try it one more time. Ancient power, is it coming? Yes, ancient power. Will we see a bonus? Will we see a bonus? And no bonus. Fine damage, but no bonus, ladies and gentlemen. What will happen now? I think Skarmory will, Skarmory will dispose of Togekiss, another ancient power. Is there a bonus at the last 1% of health? Even if there was, we couldn't see it because it's done. And now Sky Attack will hit hard on... No, not very hard, not very effective, I apologize. Of course, it's a flying attack against an electric Lantern. One more isn't really doing that much damage, and Skarmory has been defeated. The first Pokemon to die on Alta OP side. Only Lantern kicking it on the Freak side. Let's see, Thunderbolt against another Lantern, of course, and fine damage. It is a water type Pokemon after all. The electric typing doesn't really give it immunity. And yes, that would be it. Another fight cleaned up by Alta OP. 2-0. 2-0. Let's head over to our tournament page and see how other players are doing in the arena. And, ladies and gentlemen, we have our third round just in time. Okay, so now we will wait our assistants to choose the next pair that will be streamed, and we'll, of course, be back very, very quickly. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to you on the east coast of America, where I hope that we have some viewers, even though it's just Sunday evening. Just give me 1 second, please. We're having again, of course, some technical difficulties. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back streaming, waiting for another fight to begin. The players are actually waiting for us to give them the green light. I hope that they are waiting, but we'll see very quickly. Whatever the situation is, we are anticipating. We can see, yeah, of course, they weren't waiting for us. Branas has chosen his team. It's going to be Iris, no. Mystify, My Way by Elvis Presley, no. Animal something by Elvis or someone. Nice choice of music, I'm sure. Okay, so Gandalf has made his selection, and once again with a Pokemon that I personally cannot stand, which is, they tell me I say it wrong, it's not Celio, but it's Celio or something like that. I don't know, Celio, I guess it should be starting with a C, but okay, let's just forget about that. Okay, we're having technical difficulties once again, this time on Niantic side. Another invite is coming. Yeah, of course we can see, we can comment on the selection pool at each opponent's side. We can see Obama Snow is simply unavoidable in this Tempest Cup. I guess it's simply too powerful against too many different types of Pokemon. Skarmory and Altaria, it's just it's very hard not to put them in the team. Then Steelix, Lantern, and Glail. And on Gandalf the white side, almost the same with the exception of Lapras, Piloswine, Quagsire. It should be a big champion of PvP, and the fight has started, ladies and gentlemen. Celio has ran away very quickly, and Skarmory came in its place to clean off to Obama Snow, but of course Branas is ready for this, so he came out with Lantern. An electric type with a very strong Thunderbolt move, which should get rid of Skarmory, just so it doesn't get past the shield. Oh yeah, of course it was shielded. Gandalf knows what he's doing. It was the first shield that was used in this game. Branas is now probably wishing he's got a fast electric type move on his blocked Thunderbolt, of course, but now Gandalf remained shieldless. We'll see if that's Sky Attack or Flash Cannon. No, Sky Attack is going to try to do some damage. No, but Gandalf didn't manage to charge all 3 circles, and this cost him Lantern would have been at 1% health probably, more or less. Now it's actually got time to charge that Thunderbolt to actually save itself, run away, and come back with Abomasnow, which will just... You know, fights like this should be illegal, I guess. And Gandalf is again having trouble charging free circles. I don't really know why. We should discuss this with him afterwards, but yeah, of course. Ground, Ice, Piloswine just disappeared under a grass type move coming from Abomasnow. And now Outrage is coming from Abomasnow to a shieldless Cilio, and yes, the damage is here. Body Slam will try something, but now with the shield it will do exactly 0 damage, and this will be probably the end of this fight for Gandalf. Gandalf the White lost righteously, he knows why he lost. He probably lost because of those 3 circles. Maybe it's something with his fingers today, or the screen is miscalibrated. Whatever it is, it's a dangerous problem at a dangerous moment against a very strong opponent. Branas, the champion of the Valor team here in Zagreb. Great enthusiast, great not know-it-all, but an actual know a lot. Similar player like Alta OP. If you want to see this incredibly interesting finals match from last week, you can see it on our channel and in the video archive on our website, which will be published publicly very, very soon. And if you're watching this video with just a few days or maybe max a week later than it was live streamed, you can just click somewhere on the screen where we'll put the link to the website once it's done. The second fight started. Skarmory came out, read very well the move from Branas, and put it here to clean up Abomasnow. If nothing else, force him to do a Pokemon change. Sky Attack will try to go against Lantern, but we all know very, very well that this will not go good at all. Not good at all. There is no damage coming from Gandalf. He is not switching. He's saving that switch. We don't know really why. Thunderbolt was blocked, of course. Very, very similar situation so far, only Gandalf obviously doesn't really have a solution for Lantern. This is why he's not switching. He doesn't really have anything to switch to. Another Thunderbolt, another shield. Shields have been not wasted, but spent on Gandalf's side, while at the same time we have the shield coming on the side of Branas. I really don't know why, because as I said, we all know very, very well that there is no damage coming from Sky Attack. Maybe he thought it was a trick, maybe he was expecting the Flash Cannon to arrive, but not really the greatest move pool that could be damaging Lantern, so I don't really know why that shield was wasted. Still there is a shield still on Branas' side. Obama will try to take care of this, but with very little success. Sky Attack will clean it up, absolutely. And now we will see Lapras, this one exception to the rule on the side of Gandalf and his selected Pokemon pool. Sky Attack will hurt it, and will hurt it. Ladies and gentlemen, a flying attack did quite a lot of damage to our little Lapras. One of the reasons is probably very low level, where its defense and HP couldn't develop so much, and Surf is doing nothing. Surf is doing nothing to Abomasnow, and here we can clearly see a very, very live, very, very, so to say, meaty example of different Pokemon behaving very, very differently in different occasions. Ladies and gentlemen, the fight is done. Third fight of the night. All three have been won by 2-0 from either side. This time for Branas. And we will update the table right away to match the live status, and after we refresh we can see that we can see whatever we can see. Maybe we can take a look at the leaderboard, at the current leaderboard. Ne, gotovi smo. We can maybe take a look at the current leaderboard. We can see Branas is very, very clearly the leading man at this point. 3 rounds, 3 wins. Eyeballing that finals on his side. We'll see how many players. It's a very strong team tonight. We can see Tsigla and Alta OP are both still conducting their fight for the second player to have 3 out of 3 wins. And the second fight not still finished is between Polokus and Drinkikro. Also 2 very, very strong players. Polokus lost 1 fight already, so he's not fighting for the finals tonight. And Drinkikro the same. So there is nothing very, very intense going on in this fight between Polokus and Drinky. But Tsigla 9, a champion of the first cup held here, Boulder Cup in January. And Alta OP, as I said so many times, always a favorite, no matter what. No matter what. Okay. So now we will wait for the outcome of this final match, and we will be back with you once we open the 4th and final round of tonight's tournament. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we can refresh our tournament page just very quickly because we have just entered in the final round. In the final round, and actually we saw I can show you now exactly what I mean when I say that players have mutual and constant respect for Alta OP, who doesn't really win that many tournaments, but tonight just so in round 3 defeats Tigla 9, constant favorite, one of the big players and feared from all sides. Beat him for the final fight in round 4 with Branas. Before the final fight between Alta OP and Branas, as we always do, all the players play their matches so they can all watch the final fight together. So while doing this, we will of course not just sit around, but we will stream one extra fight for you, and after that we will have the finals. So please stick around for a few minutes, of course, while we sort out the technical stuff, and we'll be back in a few minutes with the fight between Freak and Tigla. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Unfortunately, at the last minute, we encountered technical difficulties great enough, so we cannot stream both phones during this fight. Our fan favorite Tsigla unfortunately is finding the streaming server but cannot stream to it. These are all challenges that we are facing that we will have to deal with sooner or later, so we ask you to bear with us. We're trying hard to bring you the experience of a PvP tournament live on YouTube. So hopefully you can appreciate that and forgive us for this. We feel very bad about it. In any case, Freak has issued his invitation to Tsigla 9. And Tsigla actually meaning brick. So we have a brick versus a freak, which is an anagram in itself. We're waiting, I guess, for Tsigla to make his decision and commence the fight. At the same time, there is no hold up during our precious tournament, as we can see on the tournament page that all other pairs are still playing, still fighting. No results reported. So far, I think it's safe to say that Skarmory is definitely the king or queen, however you want to perceive it, of the Tempest Cup, the same way it was in Boulder Cup in January. Besides technical difficulties of streaming Brick's screen, we can see that there are again Niantic side issues, but now a new challenge has been made by Freak and Scent. Freak is still feeling pretty good about that Togekiss with no fairy type moves. We'll see if that actually works out for him against Brick 9. Brick 9 sounds like a very good horror movie, to be honest, as a title, and we're off. Cilio against Togekiss. This will not be very good for Togekiss, as ice moves should bring quite a lot of damage to it as a fairy type. Body Slam is coming. A very fast move, a move that charges very quickly. Ancient Power will try to gain boost on the side of Freak, but this didn't happen once again. As we know, it's about 1 in 20 to activate the bonus boost, which significantly upgrades the Pokemon. And exactly for this reason, I think we just saw this shield being kind of wasted on the last 10-20% of health. We see another Ancient Power, and yes, it has crushed, and it has crushed Cilio, and bonus has arrived. Defense was increased significantly. Will it be enough? No, it happened too late. It happened too late. Even with significantly increased defense, unfortunately, our bonus equipped Togekiss has disappeared. It was a very commemorable, so to say, attempt on the side of Freak, but it didn't pay off, unfortunately. Dragon Claw is coming now from Freak, and yes, it is super effective against the Dragon Altaria. It's doing some serious damage. Now Altaria will come at him with Sky Attack, of course, and yes, it's enough for fragile enough Charizard to be taken away. And now Obama Snow is coming to finish, to hopefully to try to finish this fight. No, at the final 5% we can see still Sky Attack destroying Obama Snow. Ladies and gentlemen, we at least hope to see the last Pokemon from Bricktop, but no, Brick 9 is just too strong. He doesn't need 3. If he could fight with just 2. I don't think Togekiss is going anywhere. I think that bonus is still so tempting. Oh yes, but Ninetales, a Alolan Ninetales at exactly 1500 CP will substitute it. A big, massive change coming now from Freak. Ninetales, Skarmory and Obama Snow. It's very hard to let go of Obama Snow. We know how tough it is. We know how much it can take. Although, as we could see in numerous fights this time, it also goes very quickly in the wrong place. And now it went out completely from Freak's team. And we'll see if this will be enough to keep him in the fight for another round, to keep him at 1-1 and give him another chance. Let's see. Or will we just go for all 2-0 scores tonight? Okay, Ninetales against Quagsire. Okay, so we saw changes on Freak's side, but also obviously a lot of strong changes on Brick's side. Psyshock, very good, very strong move against Quagsire. Yes, doing significant damage against the bulky Quagsire, who can take a lot. Psyshock, not a very strong, but a very fast move. Very crucial to be used in PvP. Another one will now hit Brick. Will he use Shield to keep Quagsire to actually do what he's here to do with it? And yes, it was shielded. It was shielded. Let's see now why. Another last shield coming from Freak. And Stone Edge. Yes, this was a very good shield because this rock type move would have destroyed Ninetales. Shock is now coming. Will the second shield be saved? on the side of Brick, and no, it wasn't saved. We are out of shields on both sides. And now what is coming? Stone Edge, yes, this is it. 4 Ninetales, done, go home, be done with it. Okay, so Skarmory is now coming, doing serious damage to Quagsire. No need for a charge move. This Quagsire is done. I think Freak seriously has a chance of staying in this fight. Let's just see. Okay, Skarmory on the other side again. We saw this fight so many times, ladies and gentlemen. Sky Attack versus Sky Attack, Flying versus Flying, Steel versus Steel. It's about patience, it's about strategy. Almost a change from Freak. Let's see if this change will stick. Quite a lot of damage, and will he tempt the yes, he kept the Sky Attack. The Sky Attack is charged and waiting to be fired at what will probably be his last Pokemon. Now Sky Attack will not do anything to the Lantern, of course not. And Thunderbolt will try to finish a bit. No, Skarmory ran away, and now Altaria will try to clean this up. Hydro Pump will come at Altaria, doing neutral damage, and no, it's not very effective. It's resisted by Dragon, of course. Dragon resists elements. How could I forget that? Sky Attack, not doing a lot, but doing enough to clear out that Lantern. And now Skarmory, with what we knew was charged Sky Attack, did do a lot of damage. We can see difference among different Skarmories. Not all Skarmories are born the same, of course. Different IVs give different outputs. And let's try another Sky Attack. Will it be enough to clear out this Skarmory on the other side? As we said, clearly Freak still has a chance, and he used it. He used the chance and stayed in the fight. Thank you, Freak, for not letting our tournament go as 2-0 marked team tonight. Thank you, Freak. 1-1. 1-1 between Brick 9 and Freak 1082. Very tense. Very tense. We'll see how this goes. The changes were obviously very good on Freak. We can safely say, especially from my own experience as a veteran player, of course, Togekiss, it's very tempting. It's, first of all, it's a beautiful Pokemon. Second, it's a Pokemon that's been awaited for years, basically, since second gen came out. And third, it has this thing called Ancient Power, which lets you, as we could see, get a significant bonus. I mean, if you remember, when he did receive that bonus, he was already at like 2 or 5% health, and still it actually remained in the fight for another 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 seconds. So the boost that comes when it comes, it's very hard to say no to it. And again, because of my many words, I didn't really see the teams, but no point in looking when I can't see both screens. We saw this fight already, kind of. It was Quagsire and Brick's side. Body Slam is now coming, doing neutral damage on Alolan Ninetales. Now Psyshock will try its luck, and yeah. We can now see, for example, Quagsire, a very bulky Pokemon that received almost equal amount of damage from Psyshock, as opposed to Cilio, who is not that bulky at all, but it's different in typing that shows the difference. Another Psyshock, it was blocked. Shield against Psyshock, I don't know. When I see a shield wasted on a free bar move, I always kind of feel bad for the shield, bad for the player. Let's see, another Psyshock. Will it again be moved? Is Bricktop really that distracted to use 2 shields on a Psyshock? Of course he is not. Of course he's not. He let that slide. But Freak also let his one slide, and now we are still 1-1 at shields. Body Slam cleared that Alolan Ice Ninetales out, and now Lantern is coming to do the damage to Cilio. He's actually not here for Cilio. Cilio is gone. Either way, another shield saved. Very good save. Not a lot of damage. Cilio is gone, and let's see what happens now. How will Brick surprise us? Brick is coming again. No surprises, just coming out strong. Altaria will get its will get the Thunderbolt, probably blocked, and no, it wasn't blocked. It's neutral. It's neutral because of flying and dragon at the same time. As we said before, dragon resists all elementals. So a lot of damage came out of that Thunderbolt for poor old Altaria, and now even Sky Attack is blocked. Very good block on Freak's side, because Freak actually smelled the blood and is now going for the win. He's not just letting this slide. He has a win. He has a chance, very strong chance. He's now safe of Altaria, and what is the last pick? On Bricktop side, and it's Skarmory. Of course it's Skarmory, ladies and gentlemen. Skarmory will get a Sky Attack. It probably will not be blocked. It will not be blocked. It's still saved. The shield is still saved, but Freak is having an incredible amount of charge moves saved up constantly. It's definitely gotta be part of the tactic. It cannot be by chance. So Skarmory, unfortunately, is at very, very little health, and Brick is not firing any charge moves. He's trying to give Freak his own medicine, but it's not working out for him. And now we will probably see the end of Skarmory, but will the last 10% of health be enough? And one shield, we saw people lose fights like this. Oh, this will not be good. This will not be good. No, 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 not enough. Not enough. Not enough. Not enough, ladies and gentlemen. A fight lost at this stage in round 4 with one shield left. We don't see this often unless it's Branas. We don't see it often. We'll take a quick break and be back for the final fight very, very quickly. So please stay with our stream and have a look at our beautiful trailer, maybe, or whatever my colleague will play you. Stick around. Thank you. Čuješ me? Imaš me? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good evening once again. We are preparing for the final fight of the night between Branas, our great champion, on your right side, and Alta OP, as I already introduced him so many times, on the right side, both with free wins, both the only players with free wins tonight. Here we have our little crew gathered around. Everybody is hot to see the finals. I was actually gonna talk to them, but we'll actually do that later. So let's just do the fight right now. So guys, if you're ready, like let's say 15 seconds. Good game, GG, and enjoy the fight. Okay. Ali oni ti se bore već. Okay, so we are of course late for the final fight. The players did not wait for the green light, but we can see it started with not so many surprises. Obama Snow on both sides, and it's gonna take an outrage. It's not going to take it. It's gonna block it. And now another outrage coming from the other side. It will not be blocked on Branas' side, on Alta OP side. And now Altaria came against Obama Snow, and Obama Snow ran away, which is kind of strange considering it should be the other way around. But Altaria is here to clean up, to dispose of that Skarmory like it always does. Although we did get to see a few exceptions to that rule. Now Skarmory will try with its Sky Attack, but it was blocked. I wouldn't say the proper block on Alta OP side, but okay, let's see. Let's see how it works out for him. Sky Attack is blocked wisely on Branas' side. Skarmory would not hold that. And now another Sky Attack. It does kind of get boring after a while just watching these Skarmories and Altarias wiping each other out with Sky Attacks. And this will be it for Skarmory, I believe. Not even... Maybe Alta should have held that one because it was really low health on Skarmory. But also low health on Altaria as well. So yeah, that's about it for her. And now Skarmory came out against Lantern. This will be a heavy fight for Skarmory, and it's gonna take a Thunderbolt. I mean, it's probably not going to take it. Yeah, of course it was blocked. Of course it was blocked. That would probably be the end of the line for Skarmory, which just came into the fight on Alta OP side. Let's see Sky Attack. We saw it already. Not too much damage on Lantern. No surprises there. It's the last Pokemon on Alta OP side. No shields. Yeah, this is probably the end of the fight. Thunderbolt will clean up Skarmory for a 1-0 fight from win. For a 1-0 win from Branas. Okay, very nice, very tense. Good game. 1-0. Any comments from Polokus? I know that you probably feel strange not playing the finals tonight, but it gives you a chance to observe.
Well, I must say it is quite refreshing. But I did get a couple of very interesting matchups tonight, and I'm kind of, I'd say, I wished I'd played with Altaria because she proved to be a staple on everyone's team and is sort of a pain to get rid of. And yeah.
In a fight between Skarmory and Altaria, I think Altaria almost categorically wins, right?
I think it's pretty close, even though it doesn't. It doesn't make too much sense for Altaria to win. But yeah, it does. It does win. Yeah.
Also, Obama Snow is an inevitable part of every team tonight, as I can see, more or less.
Yeah. Well, we are in Croatia, so Obama Snow is the razor leaf user that we have over here. Though yeah, it is a bit bulkier. Well, actually, I'm not entirely sure. I haven't tested out Abomasnow, but I personally use Tropius because I have access to it and because it beats Abomasnow in a match. But then again, Abomasnow is not a bad choice at all.
So now we entered into the second fight of the tonight's finals. Thunderbolt for the second time trying to get rid of the Steelix, and no, it's not working out for Alta. Although we gotta say Steelix is kind of melting down unusually quickly, or maybe we just don't get to see it that often. Earthquake was here to actually do some damage, but it was blocked. It was the only chance Steelix had. Missed it. No shields though on Alta OP's side, while there is 2 on Branas. We saw Branas losing fights with shields in the bank though, so that's not necessarily a sign of good win. We've grown to know that once Skarmory and Abomasnow are faced, Abomasnow does not show itself as a great victor. But Outrage always does significant damage. As we can see, 20-30% of total health on Skarmory is, we can say, I think, significant. How will he handle? I think the only choice there to go is Skarmory, because it won't really work out probably with Lantern, but he tried anyway. Thunderbolt was blocked. And now Sky Attack, we saw it so many times tonight, doing very, very little damage to Lantern. But Lantern, for some reason, is not showing itself to be a weapon of choice for Skarmory, although it should be. Do you know why this is?
Well, I don't think it would usually have any issues, but Skarmory did have 2 Sky Attacks ready, so, and Lantern was at half HP. Usually Lantern resists each one of Skarmory's charge attacks and resists its usual fast attack, which is also flying type. But yeah, that Skarmory with 2 ready charge attacks did do.
We see the fight. We see the fight between the 2 Pokemon once again.
Yep.
The other side, and yeah.
This time.
When Thunderbolt is placed, it's done. So it's a win for Branas. It's a 2-0 win, ladies and gentlemen. It's done. It's over. It's a good game for Branas, the winner of the tonight's tournament. Woohoo! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have concluded our tonight's Tempest Cup warm-up tournament with Branas, big player for big victories, as we could see just now. 2-0 in the finals. 2-0, I gotta say, was kind of a theme of the tonight's tournament. And Branas will never be a surprise as a winner. We'll respect him as a player, always strong, always precise, always coming in prepared. We will be out for a few minutes, just for the time while we transfer, and then we will also stream live our award ceremony, where we will allocate Stardust that we have collected in our awards fund for our players. Some of them might choose their prize, might choose to spend their Stardust already tonight, so please stick around for this glorious moment coming in just a few minutes. Thank you. Okay, once again, good evening, everyone. I'm here with our finalists, Alta OP and Branas. So, just quickly before our grandiose award ceremony, I wanted to ask a few questions. How do you feel about the fight tonight? Alta, you were very, very strong going through all the rounds, clearing out your opponents, more or less 2-0 in all cases, I think. And what happened?
Lantern happened in first round. I can't believe it. I mean, that Obama Snow versus Obama Snow was epic. I mean, that was the best fight ever. I mean, we know each other very well, so we kind of predicted it. Yeah.
But tell me, you were the one who saved the shield on Obama Snow and basically lost the fight from there on, right?
No, I didn't.
Or was it
I was this. Yeah, I was the one who saved the shield. Yeah. I probably should have, if I expected Lantern to be the last Pokemon. Yeah, probably. Yeah, but I wasn't expecting Lantern.
You know, it's always when you watch it from the side, you're kind of always just adding up HP of free Pokemon on each side, and you kind of see much more objectively than when you play how much the player actually lost or didn't. So once you saved that shield and lost that Obama Snow, it kind of felt like you lost, you know, like 50% of what you got.
My plan was to go into the second round with the two shields, with the shield advantage, so I can probably take his Altaria or Skarmory with my Altaria or Skarmory. But basically, I didn't expect Lantern to be his last Pokemon. So.
And you read all that, of course.
Of course.
And reacted in which way?
I kind of didn't want to shield at Obama Snow, actually. I shielded and then I thought, nah, this was a bad move.
Ah, so you wanted to shield it. It was just instinct at that moment.
Yeah, you gotta protect your Obama Snow.
Of course, of course. But I mean, also later it turned out that it wasn't the most important part of the team. In the end, you won because of Skarmory, no?
And Lantern.
Yeah.
Lantern was like the MVP.
And it was also very interesting to see we in the same fight we got the exact same fight of Lantern versus Skarmory, only in two different occasions. Meaning, first you were the one having Lantern versus his Skarmory, and then in the end you won the fight with your Lantern against his Skarmory, and it was mixing.
In the first round, he had Lantern, I had Skarmory, and the second, it was opposite, I believe.
Okay, guys, anything to add?
No, it was super fun. Hope to see everybody the next Sunday on the Grand Tempest Cup.
And the actual Tempest Cup.
Actual Tempest Cup.
How many, by the way, tournaments is this for you that you won?
I don't know, 3 in a row.
3 in a row, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think we have this kind of a champion here yet. So,
Yeah, I will probably fail on the Tempest Cup.
yeah, when it's important, when it actually counts, then you'll fail. Yeah, of course, of course, of course. Who do we? Are we getting some kind of a bookie going on who's gonna be the grand winner next Sunday?
Yeah, probably Dexic.
Dexic. Wave Dexic. Wave. Where is Dexic? Ah, he left. Okay, Dexic left.
Yeah.
He went to prepare for the next.
Next Tempest.
Okay, so we will now have our little award ceremony for the players. As you can see, the winner has already won his grand prize. It's a mug of beer, basically. The prize. The second part of the prizes is Stardust Awards, which we are giving out to all the players attending the tournaments here at Black Cat in Zagreb. What we've done is basically we gathered Stardust Fund collected from different old thrown away Pokemon Go accounts in order to bring some kind of an incentive and heat to our tournaments that we are holding here. So, to announce and make the story short, all the participants of tonight's tournament have won 1,000 Stardust. Stardust is bankable. We are keeping track in this beautiful little sheet that you probably cannot see on camera. all the participants who are attending more tournaments in a row, meaning streak, the same way you win streak for catching Pokemon every day or spinning Pokestops, every time you come to the tournament, the attendance reward will be doubled for the remainder of the month. All Stardust can be banked up to 100 days, and the minimum amount of Stardust that can be taken at one single taking is 20,000 Stardust. So right now we will enter our data into the table, but the first, the winner of the tonight's tournament, Branas, has, or maybe actually to start from the third place, from last. So once again we have a tie in the third place, I think. Yes, Dexic and Freak both have 3 wins. Freak 1082 we had an opportunity to see playing 2 times tonight. Dexic unfortunately we didn't get to see stream, but we probably will, because you were just pronounced the favorite for the next week's tournament win, just so you know. So Stardust winner in this group. So for the third place, the prize will be split between Freak 1082 and Dexic, which means that they have both won 10,000 Stardust for Dexic and Freak 1082. In the second place, Alta OP has won 40,000 Stardust, ladies and gentlemen. Good game. And for the finale, for the first place, for the unchangeable, unbreakable Branas, 80,000 Stardust, ladies and gentlemen. Probably will be very, very well used. Collectively taken with the second prize that he took last week, where he took 17,500 Stardust. Branas is now at an amazing 97.5 thousand Stardust, ready to be used. You're just 2,500 short of getting a second charge move on a legendary. Okay, so keep it up. Bank yourself. Okay. Our host maybe has something to add from Black Cat. Vranka, also one of the tournament favorites every time. Today, convincingly in the not last spot, but at the next to last.
Which is always a success for me.
Yeah.
So it was a really interesting tournament. Lots of good games, lots of intense games, long games. And I'm really looking forward to the next Sunday and the Tempest Cup.
Okay, and you can tell us, for everyone who is maybe watching now, right now, this in California, if they really, really want to come next week, where should they come?
Well, the place is in Zagreb, Croatia. The address is Podolje 10, and you can find us on Facebook.
Of course, it's Black Cat, or just use Google Translate to get the Croatian actual name. Crni Mačak Cafe Bar, or Terrible Creations company that dedicated to all things gaming. I think that's all for the tonight's stream. Maybe we can just turn the camera to our players. I'll ask my colleague to do that. Okay. Wave everyone. Bye bye, and see you next week. Thank you.